I was just calling with good news. So my vendors are happy to accept your offer.
Hannah and I have just bought our first house, which means 3 important things. 1, we won't have a landlord that decides to kick us out whenever he feels inclined. 2, we can buy a dog and call it Darren Beasley. 3, we'll be crippled with debt for the next 25 years. But that's how life works, right? After you come kicking and screaming out of a vagina, you're cleaned up, fed, educated, then off you go out into the big wide world. You'll get a job in which you'll tirelessly work to cobble together a small deposit for your very own home. 14 years later, you'll manage to save up £3,219.72 for a deposit. But you're going to need someone to loan you the rest because buying houses is very expensive. So you ask a bank if they'll give you a mortgage if you absolutely promise to pay them back over the next 25 years of your life. If they agree to the terms, you'll move into your new home that the bank owns. A few years later, you'll find yourself in a global recession like no other, and the value of your house will now be 2 tins of tuna and half a stale oatcake. Despite that, eventually you'll pay back the bank what you owe and you'll finally own your own home. You'll go on a cruise to celebrate, and then you'll die. And your kids will have to sell the house you worked all your life for because the 40% inheritance tax bill is too large for them to pay for, as they too will be in the same boat as you were 25 years ago. You may be thinking this is a bit pessimistic, but you'll see why I'm being pessimistic in a few minutes. Something happened today that you just wait and see.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, so well done.
Great. Thanks, mate. Cheers, buddy. All right, man. Speak to you in a bit, man. Take care. Bye-bye.
Oh my god.
We got a house! Can you believe it?
That's so weird, isn't it?
We're going to be homeowners. Ugh.
We're old.
We're too old. We're too young to be homeowners.
Oh, amazing. That's so weird, isn't
You
it?
happy?
Yeah, you. Bit surreal, isn't it? It's a bit like, ooh, wasn't expecting that.
It's great. It'll be ours. It'll be ours.
Yay.
And we can get our kids into a good school.
Yeah. That's the main thing. And we'll make it nice inside.
We'll make it nice. Yay.
Most of you watching will know what that is. It's a memory card. It's where all of your hard work goes. So there's a responsibility that comes with memory cards, a responsibility to take care of them. And I've just spat in the face of that responsibility by formatting one which had a ton of footage that I collected over the weekend, which was going to save this week's video and bring this week's video to life. It had really nice shots of Grayson teaching Rufus how to walk, and just really nice candid family moments, which I was really excited about cutting, and I formatted it because I'm an idiot. Now it's added so much more pressure to this week's, because last week's video, it set a bar for me creatively, and now I'm competing with last week's video, and I don't feel like I can. So I feel like the only thing I can do here early on this week is just balance expectations by letting you guys know that this week's video is not going to be as good as last week, from a creative kind of standpoint anyway. You may prefer videos like the ones that we're going to produce this week, but it won't have story arcs, it won't have plots, it won't have subplots, it won't have all this stuff that last week's video had. This is just going to be a normal vlog. So please just don't compare it to last week.
I've got a ton of stuff ticked off my to-do list this morning for the website, and now I'm just waiting to hear back from the guys doing all the digital stuff at the other end. Rufus is playing with Grandma. He had a massive 3-hour-long nap, so it was really useful. So Ollie and I are going to go off and shoot for a brand that I'm working with this week. This beautiful watch here on my wrist right here. So we're going to go shoot a picture for that.
Have a lovely shoot. Don't do that. It makes me look really unattractive. Have a lovely time on the shoot. Oh God, don't crush my neck.
So this week didn't start off too well. But in the grand scheme of things, formatting a memory card and leaving your already declining audience with a subpar viewing experience isn't all that bad. I mean, it's not like I've just agreed to be in a huge amount of debt for the next 25 years. Yes, I know it's an asset and all that jazz, but it's also a huge liability. I mean, what if it burns down, or a helicopter crashes into it, or what if some squatters move in when you nip down to Tesco's for some quinoa? Or worse still, what if Hannah wakes up one day and decides she no longer fancies washed out, heavily receding, faux intellectual, ginger-bearded, tired old bourgeois men anymore, and leaves me for a stylish Puerto Rican smooth-talking buck called Zafa Yilmaz, who wears Armani cufflinks and smells like Izumiyaki and lust? What then, viewer, what then? The kids, well, they don't care about security. All they want is Kinder eggs and the occasional push on a swing, so let's not pretend it's for them. If buying a house is supposed to be some big, huge life milestone, then why does it feel so utterly terrifying?
Never be on time, I know I said a lot of things. I said a lot of things, and I should be happy.
so cold.
Where are you going?
Just over this way. But I'm gonna grab a coffee as a prop. We're at the park, got my mocha, got quite a nice seasonal background there. But yeah, we're shooting a watch, so I'm not sure how much of the background you'll be able to see, but I just thought it might be nice to have that stuff, like the colours, the autumnal colours in the background. But yeah, I'm gonna have to take my coat off for this though, because you can't see my watch underneath my coat and it's freezing.
Canon have kindly sent me the Canon EOS R, which is their new mirrorless camera. What I love about this the most is the flip out screen. The flip out screen for me is just super important to have because I can compose my shots. But I want to do a test to see if the quality can compete with what I'm currently using, which is the Canon 5D Mark IV, this puppy here. So it's going to have to do a pretty good job if it wants to become my new third son. What it does have is the flip out screen. That's its main selling point for me. But I'm going to do a little test now and I'm going to shoot myself in the same settings on both cameras and see if I can see a difference. So let's have a look. Okay, both the cameras have exactly the same settings on and the same lenses. I'm also shooting in RAW as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this into the edit in a second, and if I can see no difference in the quality, then I'll migrate. I'll sell both my Canon 5D Mark IVs and I'll get to mirrorless cameras. But if I can see a difference, if I prefer the look of my 5D Mark IV, then I'll stick with what I've got. I can't tell much of a difference. I think the mirrorless is maybe slightly cooler, but that could be to do with the fact my white balance isn't set the same. My ginger beard doesn't pop as much in the mirrorless version. Like I said before, the main benefit is I can look over there and I can see myself in the Canon mirrorless version, which is such a great thing to have. This Canon 5D Mark IV can drop focus, and I don't know about it. I won't know until I hit the edit and see that I've had to delete a whole scene because it's all out of focus. So it's a big selling point having that screen, man. So yeah, let's see if there's any difference. You see, I've dropped on my existing camera. I think the mirrorless autofocus is also far better. It's tracking my face far better and far faster than my existing camera is. So let me just move around quickly and see if it still tracks the same. Let's try and get it out of focus. Yeah, see? The new Canon mirrorless has locked onto my face and got me back in focus, whereas the older one, my Canon 5D Mark IV, took a bit longer. Lots of variables. I'm going to migrate, definitely. I think it's worth the upgrade.
I just wanted to say a huge thank you to our partners Amazon Prime this week. They've just launched a new service called Amazon Wardrobe for their Prime customers. The way that it works is basically that you would order between 3 and 8 items of clothing or accessories. They do men's, women's, children's, and it will arrive on your doorstep within 1 to 2 days. Then you get a week to decide on the pieces that you want to keep or the pieces that you want to send back without being charged. So you get to try them on. Yeah, you get to try them on in the comfort of your own home with other pieces that you already have, and take your time to decide which ones you want to keep. Then you get 30 days to send back the pieces which you don't want, and that is also free of charge because it comes with a little sticker for the Royal Mail which you just need to pop on your parcel, and then it's ready to be sent back. So I'm going to go and order a few little bits and pieces for the boys and myself, and I will show you what they look like tomorrow when they arrive in the post.
Out to do a bit of an exciting errand this morning. So I probably mentioned here, there and everywhere that I'm going to be stocking a few children's pyjamas on Mags London. We are going to pick them up from the little office in town, which is very exciting. And we're also going to drop in our details to our estate agent because they got a house.
As much as I joke about my fears surrounding buying a house, I do feel incredibly happy that we're finally able to get our foot on the property ladder. But we also feel incredibly thankful
Our community might be small, but the support you guys give us is colossal and way more than we deserve. Many of you watching have been with us through so much over the years. You've seen us stumble into parenthood, you've seen us make mistakes, be offensive, and despite sometimes not getting it right, you've stuck with us. This house isn't something we're buying, it's something you've built for us, and for that we'll be forever grateful. So thank you. Even those of you that come here each week just to hit that thumbs down button, thank you to all of you guys too.
But I've done a lot to prove to those I love that they are good enough. I don't believe in luck, so I am giving up.
Do you know what? I've kind of learnt to love talking on camera with you because you always listen to me when I speak to you on camera.
I'm not so preoccupied.
Yeah, you're concentrating on the conversation rather than thinking about something else.
That's interesting.
It's not a compliment.
Oh, I took it as one. Oh, I'm attentive when the camera's on, so I thought it was a good thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, sorry, I'm always thinking about, panicking about everything. In a concentrated panic.
Yeah, so am I.
Yeah.
What's going on here? Thank you.
Oh, we're all those awful YouTubers have YouTube videos. Yeah. Don't hate us.
I'm not going to clear you.
We hate ourselves enough as
Take
it
a bit
is.
off it. Good latte art, look.
So, we agreed on the 2 dogs we're going to get when we get the house. 1 Whippet, 1 Dachshund. Girl Whippet, boy Dachshund.
Yeah.
Oh, can we breed them? That'd be
No, that would be
awesome.
really demented and weird. You're allowed to say demented these days.
I don't know. If we love Whippets and we love Dachshunds, you're going to double love what they produce because it'd be the best of both.
You can
Or
deal with the
worst of
birth and
both.
the afterbirth and the puppies.
Yeah, maybe let's not do that.
I'm scheduling you in on Saturday night.
I'm going to leave that in the video.
Are you still recording?
Yep.
You're not, are you?
Married life.
I'll put it in your iCal. I don't think you were recording. You better not leave that in, you little
It's
shit.
fine. People must think we're such narcissists when
Yeah,
they walk past me
I
and
know.
multiple cameras pointing at us. Like, who do they think they are? Right, anyway. Did you pay for that already?
There's our little lot. Woohoo! Look at this view from their office. It's beautiful. My stuff arrived! Woo! So let me show you guys what I got. I'm going to show you the children's things first. The first thing I picked up was this fat face jumper for Grayson. I just thought it was really cool and he's going to like the bear on the front. It's also like nice and thick because it's freezing here at the moment. Then I got for Rufus this little, it's like a little fleecy bear hoodie with toggles on the front. Look, this is for you, Ruth. This is for you. Want it? Hey. You want to cuddle it? He's trying to put it on. And then I got Grayson this padded jacket with a fleece lining on the inside for school. And then for myself, a pair of Vans, because I want to match the children. Hopefully they fit. I got a pair of basketball shoes because I really wanted some like plain black trainers that weren't for the gym or like for working out, so I picked these up, which I really like. They've got like fake like crocodile skin tick, which I thought was quite cool. I just think they'll look really nice with a pair of jeans. I'm not sure what brand this is actually. I've never bought anything from them before. Royal Republic, I think. They have a nice box. Just a little pair of white pumps, which I thought would go with everything and kind of dress everything down, which is nice if you're literally just slipping on some trainers to do the school run or on a bike ride or something. Not sure how long they stay white for, but we'll see. And that, I think, oh no, there's more. I got a jumper from Vera Moda, nice big thick V-neck black jumper, and then from the same brand I got this cozy grey jumper, and yeah, I just thought that that would look cool with the little pumps that I picked up, and that is it. I could get used to this like next day delivery trying on stuff, it's quite fun. Right, I better give the kiddies some dinner now. Come on then. Come on then. 1, 2, 3, 4.
I had a brace when I was in my early 20s. I lost the retainer once it got taken out when I was about 24. And they went back to normal. So I said to my dentist, look, what can I do? And he suggested some of those kind of like clear brace things that you put in. They took a mould of my teeth and look what they're going to do over the next 18 months. Yeah, so that's how it will look when it's finished. If you go quickly, you can just see the massive difference there. That's what it is now. It's so narrow. I hate it. And when it's finished, it's going to be all much wider. Yeah. Anyway, so if you see some weird thing on my mouth over the next few weeks, it's a clear brace.
You know what they say, setbacks are only challenges in disguise. I may have rocked up to this week empty-handed with no fresh ideas, limited time and an ill-formatted memory card, but that just meant I had to see it all as an opportunity to travel in a different direction. See, the problem I have each week is I don't really know where I'm heading to, and most of the time I don't have a story I can use to bind it all together.
Love is the key, and under the stars I lit a flame to dance in the dark. You could break my bones, you could break my heart, but you'll never break me.
Some people would rather we made our old-fashioned vlogs, but as easy as that would be, I just can't do it. It would be like telling a piano player they could only play in one key.
Love is the ocean, we are the fish. Love's the surgeon and we are the stitch. I've been wounded, but I promise you this, you'll never break me.
I guess this week has shown me that I don't need the big story arcs and the subplots. All I need to do is try to create something that a few people might love over trying to create something that a lot of people might like.
Love is the Buddha, the Christ on the cross. Angels are weeping, their tears are for us. The loss of our kindness, it comes at a cost. Let's fall in love with our telephones off. Love's my president, my lord and my boss, and he'll never break me.
I find this job at times so suffocating and all-consuming. It gives birth to so many identity crises, but you have to see it all as part of the creative process. Part of what's making you a little bit better, not only as a producer, but more importantly as a person.
Love is my president, my lord, my boss, and you'll never...
Not knowing exactly where I'm going each week might come with a ton of pressure, but as your mum's faded lower back tattoo reads, it's pressure that makes diamonds.
Break me.